Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to today's live. This is your girl BeenieTV. I'm so blessed and thankful to be here with you all today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you're feeling today, how you've been liking the series. Right now, I am playing. What am I playing? I am playing 528 Hertz from Self Healing Collective here on YouTube, one of my favorite binaural beats, meditative music channels here on YouTube. And 528 is the energy of love and manifesting love, but also manifesting romantic love, but also bringing you into the love. Let me go ahead and sit in front of the trash in the back. Forget it. We all human. It's a NutriBullet box. So, as always, I'm going to wait a few moments before more people show up. But again, be sure to comment, subscribe, like if you are liking this series. The intention behind this series was to assist others in healing their inner child. I have been on my healing, intense inner child ancestral healing journey for the past 4 years, really intensely the past year. I've been healing ancestral wounds and my inner child. And I'm just using the things that spirit has brought to me that I've learned over 10 years of being on the path of enlightenment. Um, and just using all of that and bringing that to you all. So as you're coming in, let me know where you're from, um, what's your name, how you're doing. And yeah, be sure to grab something like a blanket. Be sure to grab a notepad, a pen, a water, because I'm always dropping gems and I don't need you to be thirsty, okay? You got to stay hydrated. Hydrated. Okay, so be sure to grab a paper and pen, anything that you need. Hey, Dorothy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for taking time out for yourself on this Sunday. So today we're really going to focus on our parents. I'm actually going to turn this off for a moment. So today we're going to really be focusing on our parents, and which is obviously a big part of where a lot of our trauma comes from, depending on who raised you. And usually if you were raised like someone like me, I was raised around my mom, my grandmother, my mom's only brother, and two a uncle and a cousin, and sometimes my mom's younger sister lived with us, and we had this like nanny person who came from Ghana to come and stay with us. So I lived in a house, and it was a 2-bedroom apartment. Those people had no business being in there. It was too many people. It was too many people in one house. And when you are living in a space where everyone is vibrating at the same low frequency and you're not, it's just hell. Okay. So thumbs up for that. Thumbs up for that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm feeling into it. So like I always say, this is the 4th week. And like I always say, our parents are just people. And again, whoever raised you, I'm going to use the words mom and dad, but if your grandparents raised you, if your aunt and uncle raised you, hey, Eva, welcome, beautiful one. Whoever raised you, let that be true for you. I'm going to keep saying who raised me, right? So I'll keep it as general as possible. So the people that raised you, your parents, the people that gave birth to you, they're just your parents. I mean, they're just people. They were who they were before they gave birth to you. So if my mom was a narcissist when she gave birth to me, she was a narcissist way before that. And I know that because I've had these tough conversations with my mom about her childhood. It's really important to have conversations and ask about your mother or your father's past lives, right? And asking who were they before they gave birth to you, because society wants you to believe that like, oh, when you have kids, you change. Not unlike, I think that So I'll speak from my experience. What I know is that when I was born, that was the first time that my father ever felt love. Now, he loved my mom, but they always say, like, when you have a kid, you experience a new type of love. So that's beautiful and awesome and amazing. But the other side of that is like, dang, so that means that my dad never felt like the love from God, the love from the universe. That's just sometimes how I think about it. You don't have, if it doesn't resonate for you, then fine. But it's important to understand, like, okay, that was the first time my dad ever really experienced love. Now, for me, I experience love when I go out on hikes, right? And I'm looking at the leaves and I'm just feeling just blissful and high and in love with life. And that's very frequent, you know? So I think that I was born into parents that didn't really know love. They didn't really know how it feels when you're like in meditation and you're just like feeling the love of spirit and God, and you just feel so deeply loved. Like, I don't believe that they ever had that experience. I don't believe that they ever had that experience with between themselves, right? So already I'm coming and I've chosen, because as a soul, you choose the family that you want to come into. There is like a contract between you and your parents on a soul level, on the 5D level. So I knew that I was going to come into a family that did not know love. Same thing with, and then we take it back to our grandparents, right? My grandmother really did not know love. And I'm not talking about romance, I'm talking about the energy of love. Oh, my earring. And that affected the way that she mothered my mother. And my mother told me that she shut off her emotions at like the age of 9 or 11, because she was in so much trauma and so much pain that she, as a child, and this is what makes children so intelligent, right? This is what makes human beings so intelligent, right? Intelligent to the point that it's our detriment. She made the decision to just stop having emotions and stop feeling the pain and the hurt, which is what caused her to go into narcissism. I think that was her fate anyway. So sometimes, like, we have to remember that our parents, they have their own birth charts, right? They have their own soul journey. They are not, I want to say, like, they're not in charge of us, they're not in control of us. They can't dictate our soul journey. Even when you have kids, your kids are on their own soul journey. You could be the best emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially best parent ever, but your child could still become addicted to something because that is what they chose before they got here. So a lot of this stuff is like out of our control. And that's why it's so important to, like, deep down inside, have the energy of forgiveness and radical acceptance when it comes to your parents while you are on your inner child healing journey. It's really important to ask your parents about their childhood. And I pray that you get some answers, some good answers, so that you can understand, okay, this is why they didn't hug me. This is why they didn't show up for me. This is why I didn't feel seen by them. Anything that your parent did not do, they did not have it within them to give. And that's with every single human being on this earth. There's no such thing as like, oh, someone is going to change for you. No, someone has to change because they want to. And sometimes it's just, for a lot of our parents, it's too late. It's too late. That's why it's so important to get the backstory. And we're going to talk about this next. Get the backstory and then just like radically accept them and radically forgive them without allowing abuse, right? Just because you accept someone does not mean that you're going to allow abuse. That's where your boundaries come in. That's where you become an empowered empath. That's where you stand up for yourself. That's where you know your worth. That's where you know your deservability, right? And it takes time and it takes practice, right? Like for me, I can say like, because I was in a empath narcissist relationship with my mom, it's only been the past 4 years, and I'm 33. So it's only been the past 4 years at my Saturn's return when I finally broke free from that. So I'm fresh out of the abuse and the trauma and the cycle, right? I'm fresh out of it. I'm not this is not stuff that I realized yesterday. Like, no, right? Like, so you're always going to be, depending on how intense you want your healing journey to be. Hi, love Mish. Gratitude to you. Grand rising, rich afternoon rising. Depending on how intense you want your healing journey to be, you're going to have that hard conversation with your parent. And I think the first week someone asked like, okay, well, how do we have because you're going to have to go to your parents, you're going to have to use your throat chakra, and you're going to have to say, hey, person that raised me, I did not feel seen by you as a child. Do you have a moment? I would love to talk to you about how I felt about my childhood experience. And you have to have this conversation, because what I experienced from having this conversation with my parent was freedom. The first time I felt free. The first time I felt free to speak up for myself to this person who really had kind of like a bully energy, right? So I was finally sticking up for myself. So you're going to have to, if your parent is not on this earth anymore, like my dad is not on this earth anymore. So that's where we'll be doing it in meditation, right? If you can't reach your parent or whatever, then you'll be doing that through meditation. But if your parent is still alive and you're still living with them, you're going to have that conversation of, hey, can I talk to you about how I felt growing up? So growing up, I did not feel seen or heard or loved. And your parent, depending on where they are emotionally, because a lot of our parents are emotionally immature, which is why you're probably here. They're going to be like, what? They're going to be like defensive. They're going to be reactive, and just be centered. Don't budge. Because remember, the intention is not to get an apology. The intention is not to get acknowledgement. If you get it, great, amazing. Yes. So Eva Elise says that I've had this conversation that caused chaos. LOL. It's different now that I've moved away. Yes, because the thing is that our parents have never been held accountable. They never gave themselves permission to feel their feelings and to go to their parents and say, hey, this didn't feel good to me. And I just want to let you know that. Okay? So they're going to react. They're going to be defensive. That's not your problem. What I said before was the intention is to free your inner child and to let the adult that you are speak up for your inner child. For all those years, your inner child could not speak up or did not speak up. So they're going to come and they're going to be defensive. Hold your ground, because it is about you. It is about you freeing yourself through your throat chakra. And you're going to give them examples because, baby, you've got receipts. Okay? You've got receipts. And they're going to be like, I did my best. They're going to be like, but you're so ungrateful. I used to hear that all the time growing up. You're so ungrateful. No, girl. I just know that this ain't right. And it sucks because those words, they like penetrate the subconscious, because the subconscious, as a young person, the subconscious doesn't know, okay, this is right, this is wrong, this is not real for me, this is true for me. Your subconscious doesn't know. So to this day, and like I said, I left that like cycle of abuse only 3-4 years ago, right? I left that. So for me, sometimes I'll hear in my mind like, I'm ungrateful, and then I just have to remember, no, the fuck, I'm not. Okay. No, I am not. I am the gratitude queen. Anyway, yes. So Eva Lee says they gaslight and imprint guilt onto you, right? So that is going to happen. So please, the first time I had this conversation with my mom, the first time I had this conversation with her, I was crying, I was emotional, and she hates when people cry. We know why. She hates when people cry. And I had to be stern with her, and I had to tell her, like, no, I need you to listen to me. And then she was like, but I bought you so many things. I'm not talking about the love language of giving of gifts. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about emotional love. That's what I'm talking about, right? Continue to redirect that conversation. Hey, Courtney, welcome. You're never late. You're always on time, boo. You're always on time. Redirect. So for Courtney, right now we're talking about that difficult conversation that has to be had with your parents as you are on your inner child healing journey. You are going to have this conversation with your parents, and it's not going to be pretty. If your parents are emotionally unavailable, or if they're emotionally immature, it's not going to be a fun conversation. But at the end of the day, you will have freedom. So the first time I had this, because we had this conversation many times. It was about the third time where I realized that, see, and this is what I'm saying is like, I was expecting an apology because I was still in the illusion that she wasn't a narcissist. And then by the third time, I was like, oh, okay, shame on me. Not shame on me, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, like, you're not gonna get it, but I'm cool. I'm cool. So the first time, she was like begging, like, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. Complete lie. Complete lie. And then the next day, she came to me and she was like, "Oh, but don't you remember that we used to da 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 da?" And in that moment, because I was still not in my power fully, I questioned myself. I was like, oh my God, yeah, like she did used to do this, and that's don't do that. Like, learn from my experience. Don't question your experience. What happened to, and remember, repeat to them that, I think that this is something that works for me. Repeat to them, this was my experience. This was my experience. This is how I felt, right? Using the words my and I, because now you have taken back your power. It's not about your parents. It's not about their pain. It's not about their inability to be responsible for themselves. It's not about their inability to heal. It's not about them not coming on YouTube and trying to figure out how to heal. It's not about them anymore. Once you have this conversation, you are now solidifying that it is about you. It is about your inner child. Someone is standing up for your inner child. Someone is standing up for you. Finally, you have someone in your corner, and that is you. The conversation will be difficult. You may have to have it many times. You might cry. You might be upset. But please, I am begging you, don't make the mistake I made and expect an apology. Don't expect them to like what they're hearing, because basically you're telling someone that they suck. Right? Like, as gently as possible, you're really telling someone, hey, like, whether you meant it or not, like, that sucked. And people don't like, human beings don't like to hear that. Nobody likes to hear that. So please understand that the conversation might not go well. Like, I'm not even going to try to spiritually bypass it. It might not go well. Like Eva said, it might cause chaos. It's gonna ruffle feathers. And that's okay. Okay? That's okay. It is okay. They might threaten you, and they're doing all of that. It's all magic tricks, right? It's all magic tricks. It's all trying to distract from the fact that they are hurting, and they put that hurt on you. And because they can't acknowledge their hurt, they're gonna do everything to try to not um, be responsible for their pain, and hold they might not be able to hold their parents accountable, right? It's a tough decision, but it's one that has to be made. It has to be made. I'm drinking celery juice. Yum. Hmm. Nobody said that the inner child healing journey would be fun. There's parts of it that are fun. There's parts of it that are delightful. And then there's parts like this, right? Where you do have to hold a light up to your parents' darkness. And forgive. And you're not just forgiving your parents, right? Because when you are doing your healing, you are healing 7 generations before you and 7 generations after you. What happened to you will never happen again to anyone in your lineage, because you are the generational curse breaker, right? So when you are in prayer, when you are in meditation, forgive your grandparents, forgive your great grandparents, try to find out their stories, try to find out what's up with them. Like my great grandparents were polygamists, right? This is very normal for human beings since the dawn of time. People have had multiple partners. So my great grandfather had 2 wives, right? He had 2 wives. The one wife was my grandmother's mother. I think there were he had like 5 wives, right? So I'm not that far from polygamy at all. And what I realized during my ancestral healing is that, again, my great grandmother did not experience love. You might have come to your family to be the love energy that they needed. Not saying like, oh, I'm here to save the day and I need to be an empath and save everyone. And no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being an empowered empath. And I'm talking about being aware of why you chose the family that you chose. And that's why it's so important to get the facts, to get the knowledge, to get the truth, to ask your parents, what were my great grandparents like? What was, so I only know like one, two, three. I only know 4 generations of my lineage. There's a whole nother generation of men and women I don't know, but I know that the lack of love trickled down from them. And I came into this family to stop that, because I am pure love. And I'm sure if you are here, you are pure love, right? And so part of you is here to completely shift your ancestral lineage. And it's not about healing. It's not about doing the healing. You're not healing your parents. That's healing is self-work. You're not healing your parents. You're here to completely heal yourself. And you're here to completely transform your lineage. So give it up to you for saying yes to this difficult ass childhood that you had to have. Give it up for yourself for being such an intelligent child. That intelligent Xenon, you are so welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to be here for yourself. Your inner child is very proud of you. I'm very happy. Sorry, what was I saying? How, like, kudos to you for being the intelligent child. And that's what we all are, right? And we are intelligent to our detriment. Like I said earlier about my mother making the choice to turn off her emotions at the age of 9. My intelligence to my detriment was, okay, how do I please this person so that they don't get mad at me? Because she was always mad. Either that she was really happy, it was either that she was very mad, or like very happy, or like very quiet. Those were the three things that I experienced. But when she was mad, it was like out of nowhere. It was just very erratic. So my intelligence said, okay, I'm going to make sure that I never do anything wrong. I'm going to make sure that I keep the peace, walk on eggshells so that they never get mad. In my healing journey, now I know, and I'm fully aware that her anger and madness had nothing to do with me. And that's the thing with our parents. You start to realize, hold up. Me spilling this has nothing to do with the action. Like me spilling this juice and your reaction are not on the same level, right? Like your parents are exploding because you got a C on your homework. Yeah, boo, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That wasn't our fault. It wasn't because of us. Their anger, their negativity, their emotional lack was not because of us, right? So we just like, ooh, give that back a millionfold and never let it return. So I had to realize that. I had to realize, okay, this is where my people pleasing comes from. And now I can break that subconscious pattern, subconscious habit, again, through prayer, through meditation, through writing it out, through writing and burning, which I've showed you guys in the other videos from this series, so that I can release it, because that's not really me, right? And the cool thing about your inner child healing is that you start to recognize yourself, not yourself who was living in survival mode, who was living in trauma. You get to recognize, like, hold up. Because when you look in your childhood, it's so important to look back in your childhood and just really try to look and remember, how was I really? Like, was I really a people pleaser? And most of the time it's going to be no. Like, was I really shy? No, you were suppressed, right? Because you have to remember, like God creates. Eva Lee says, it's true. You feel like a late bloomer and you were robbed of a true childhood. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. But we chose it, right? Like, it's like, yes. And we knew what we were getting ourselves into. And we knew, in Jesus' name, oh, I love this. We knew that we would get into our late 20s, our 20s, our 30s, and reclaim that childhood, baby. Because what have I said in the other videos? Ask your inner child, what do you want to do? My inner child said, I want to go to the amusement park. Okay, sis, we can go. We can go. Let me just get the logistics right, right? It's like, yes, we were robbed of a childhood during the ages of da 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 da, but because our inner child is within us and our soul knew that we were gonna have these years where we can reward ourselves. We don't have to wait for nobody, right? Like I don't have to wait for anyone to go to the amusement park today. You get what I'm saying? So there's this like deeper element of freedom. So I just love that for us. I don't love that we were robbed of our childhood. I don't. But I do love that, you know what? Anything that God doesn't give us anything we can't handle. And that anything that is taken from us is given back to us double, triple, quadruple. What's the one after 5? I don't know. Right? So that's how we kind of have to look at it. Like, we cannot stay in victim mode. You know, I tell y'all all the time, feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Feel how you feel, but don't stay in victim mode. And when you start feeling rage and anger towards your parents, because believe me, I have felt that. I felt anger and rage while I was living under her roof. So when Eva said that it's different now that she moved away, yes. If you are still living with your parents, if you're still living in the home of that trauma, do what you can, get 2 jobs, start doing some side, just get out of there, because it is not helpful to you. It is not helpful. It is not helpful. It is not helpful. But unless you're staying there because you have to save money in order to move, just as long as you get out, honey, just get out. Because I swear, once not only did I move, but I did not speak to my family for almost a year. I did not speak to any cousins. My brother and I really aren't close anyway. I didn't speak to my mother. I didn't speak to anyone for almost a year because I had to feel my own energy, damn it. I had to feel what it felt like to be in my own energy. As an empath, I obviously feel other people's energy, but damn, I needed to feel my own shit. And once I felt my own shit and I was doing my ancestral work and I was doing the inner healing work, which was really freaking hard, even though I got to feel my own energy and I had so much clarity, so much clarity. And I was like, it's wild. The clarity that you receive once you separate from that. Hey, Shining Stars, welcome. Love you, love you, love you. Shining Star says, hi. Same here. I had to distance to heal. Yes, I was doing a lot of healing while at my mother's house. But once I left, woo, like pivot, shift, new level, new level. Now, when I interact with my parent, I don't even see them as my mom. I really don't. I just see them as a person. And if we come into contact, it's like it's not great. It's not great for me. It's just not great. And if we get into an argument, which is 9 out of 10 times going to happen within the first 3 hours, then I know how to stand up for myself now, right? I know how to stand in my truth. So yeah. So for today's meditation, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of all of you, right? I'm proud of all of the things that you guys are doing behind the scenes that nobody knows about. Those tears that you've cried, those prayers that you've prayed, even cussing out your parents in your head. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for standing up for your inner child. I'm proud of you and I love you. And thank you for doing this for yourself. Thank you for healing the generations before you. And thank you for healing the generations after you. If nobody tells you today, I'm proud of you, I love you, I see you, okay? Now give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a nice hug, okay? Because you're a fucking champion. Do you hear me? You are a champion. You are doing what the people before you could not, would not, were not meant to do. You were meant to do this work. And it's like, oh Lord, why I gotta be the generational curse maker? It's because you can handle it and your rewards will be plenty. In Jesus' name, your rewards will be plenty. So please know that the universe, your angels, they see you. They know how hard it is to be a human being and they are proud of you. Your blessings are coming. Your rewards are coming. Everything is coming. Everything is already here. All right, let's get into meditation. Let's get into meditation. Let's get into meditation. That was a good convo. Keep me posted and let me know. Message me on Instagram at BeenieTV. Let me know how it goes, when, and Xenon says, damn, this is heavy for me. It's really a difference. I have a lot of shadow work to do. You are right, though. And we are with you during your shadow work. You are never alone. You hear me? You are never alone. And the collective, once COVID hit, once 2020 hit, it was a chance for people to sit with themselves. So everyone in the collective, it has been doing open to shadow work for the past 2 years. That's amazing. Y'all, this is brand new collective uplifting. So that's my Instagram. Be sure to DM me and let me know. Like, let me know how the conversation goes. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Don't take advantage of my open DMs, but still let me know. All right, let's get into meditation. I don't want to listen to this. What am I feeling? What am I feeling? Go ahead and get into a comfortable seated position. You can lay down or sit, whichever way feels comfortable for you. Let's do a butterfly effect. Slowing down your breathing, closing your eyes when you're ready. As you're inhaling, your belly should be expanding. As you're exhaling, your belly should be contracting. Inhale, rolling the shoulders up. Exhale, bringing the shoulders down. Let's do that again. Inhale, really stretching the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, rolling it back, almost trying to make them touch. Placing your palms up to let the universe know you are just ready to receive. Whether you're sitting up or lying down, bringing your palms face up to let the universe know you are in the energy, receptive energy to receive. Today is a good day to forgive your parents. Today is a good day to forgive them, those people, that energy. Today is a good day for that. Go ahead and feel the top of your scalp relaxing, your eyebrows, the muscles behind your eyes being in ease. Releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth, creating space between your teeth, relaxing your jaw. Breathing through your nostrils, continuing to breathe deeply as we're activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which allows you to feel relaxed. Bringing some healing energy to your shoulders, relaxing your chest. Sinking into your seated position or your laid position. Relaxing your hips, your butt, your private parts. Bringing some ease to your knees. Bringing lightness around your calves and your shin and your ankle. And bringing peace to your toes, the soles of your feet, the tops of your feet. Releasing any tension in your third eye. Releasing any tension in your throat. Bringing any noises that you hear in the background into your meditation. Allowing egoic thoughts to be like waves rippling upon the beach. Let them come, let them go. You don't have to touch them. You can just watch them as the consciousness that you are. Go ahead and inhale through your nose, out through your mouth. 2 more times just like that. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Imagine yourself in a place that is bright. It's the summertime or the springtime. You can be in a busy city or a calm town. And you're sitting at a table and you just feel so good. You feel happy, happy to be alive, happy to be who you are. Cars are driving by, people are walking past. And across from you is the parent that you need to talk to the most, the person that was your guardian. Whoever that person is, they're sitting across from you in this beautiful, scenic place. This is your space. This is your space. Acknowledge what emotions or energies come up now that they are sitting across from you. Now go ahead and imagine them telling you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry for what I did. Forgive me. I didn't know how to handle my pain. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know my own power. I'm sorry I hurt you. You were just an innocent child. I didn't know where to place my sadness. Nothing was your fault. Please forgive me. Allow yourself to feel how it would feel to receive those words from that person. Allow yourself to feel how it would feel to receive what you would love to hear from that person. Now imagine taking that person's hand into your hands. Your hands are interlocked on top of the table at the cafe in this beautiful city, beautiful town that you are in. You can do this out loud or in your mind's eye. Tell them what you want them to know. Whether that is, I love you, I forgive you, I don't know why you did that to me, or whether it's anger or rage, or if it's indifference, if it's I don't even care. Out loud, say what you would love to say to them, knowing that no matter what, you are loved, you are enough, you are protected by God. Now it is time to let go of their hand and to let it go. Imagine them getting up, walking away, walking down the street until they are no longer visible to you. And no matter how you might feel emotionally, the truth is you are now free. The energy of freedom surrounds you in this beautiful city or town, at this beautiful cafe, on this beautiful, bright, sunny day. The spirit of freedom now encompasses you. Now imagine your inner child, whatever age that is for you, pop up and sit in front of you at this cafe. Take their hand and tell them everything that you want them to know, everything that you want them to hear. Let them know about how victorious you are. Let them know how free you are, how free they are. As you're doing this, give thanks to your inner child for the warrior they are, for what they had to go through, what they had to experience. Now you and your inner child go ahead and stand up, getting up from your seats, an embrace and a hug. And allow your inner child to melt into your heart, into your soul, full of your own love, full of the love that you gave your inner child, full of the freedom from expressing your truth to that parent, to that person. This loved on, healed, whole child now lives within you. Allow yourself to leave the cafe fully free, fully whole, fully complete. Now let's go ahead and come back into the room, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, leaving your eyes closed until you are ready. Slowly getting up if you're lying down. Slowly stretching your arms, bringing yourself back into this reality, into this body. Giving your wrists some love, patting down your body, bringing it back into this reality. Opening your eyes when you're ready. We're going to do some tapping before we go. I believe I showed you guys how to do the emotional freedom technique in the second series. So let me know that you guys are ready to tap in the comments. Leave me a comment. Let me know what came up for you. If you want to express yourself, let me know in the comments below, or I'm sorry, in the chat. Sorry. Let me know what came up for you in the chat. Were you able to visualize in the chat? Let me know. And then we can move on to doing some tapping to release any excess energies that are in your energetic field. You're welcome, Mish. You did it yourself, my love. You did it all yourself. I'm just the facilitator. You did all of it yourself. So give yourself a pat on the back. But you're welcome. I'm always happy to hold space. So let's go ahead and get into some emotional freedom techniques, some tapping. So this has helped me a lot release energy that does not serve me in my energetic field. So emotional freedom technique is about tapping on the meridian points in our energy systems. We are energy, everything is energy. When it comes to trauma and things that are painful, they live in the body, right? The body, there's a book called The Body Remembers, and it's true. But through tapping, which is rooted in ancient Chinese spirituality, we're able to literally tap out the energy that might be stuck in our body. So let's do I'm trying to think what I want to do. All right, sorry. So we're going to say, I let go of, I'm willing to let go of sadness about my parents. Or sadness. Yeah, I'm willing to let go of sadness around the relationship with my parents. Something like that. Well, that's what it is. Sorry, that's what it is. So you go ahead and you tap on the side of your palm with your middle finger and your ring finger. I am willing to let go of the sadness I have about the relationship around my parents, and I deeply and unconditionally love myself. I am willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship I have with my parents, and I deeply and unconditionally love myself. I am willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents, and I deeply and unconditionally love myself. Then you go ahead and tap the top of your head. I am willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. You tap your inner brow. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have about the relationship with my parents. And coming back to the side of the palm, I'm willing to let go of the sadness that I have with the relationship with my parents. And then we go ahead and go into the point between the pinky and the ring, and we tap. We look to the left, roll our eyes, look to the right. Again, look to the left, rolling our eyes, look to the right. And then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Then we count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Then you close your eyes and you envision something that makes you really happy. I like to think about vacation spots that I've been on. So I'm going to think about a mountain in Hawaii. And that's it. Let me know in the chat if you would like to see more EFT. This is going to be up on YouTube immediately when the stream ends. So you can just fast forward if you didn't catch the emotional freedom technique and you want to see how to do it. I do have it in the Healing Your Inner Child series number 2 if you want to understand more of the breakdown and how it's done. But I find that it is very useful to do tapping when you are doing intense shadow work, intense healing work. It really just helps the body regulate itself, and you are more than welcome to do your own research as far as emotional freedom technique. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and hanging out with yourself. Of course, this is free, but divine donations are always appreciated. My Cash App is BeenieTV, and my PayPal is Salome Shea. Again, thank you so much for divine donations. Thank you for taking time out for yourself today. Thank you for giving your inner child the freedom that they deserve. Thank you for listening to me share about my story. We will be back next Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys next Sunday.